Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Barbara and today we're going to be looking at Jupiter in Taurus. So this video is for you if you have this particular placement. If you're a cross watcher, welcome as well. Jupiter in our natal charts deals with the area where we might feel abundant in, where we might gain wealth through, but it's also the area of expansion. So it's the area that you are expanding on a soul level, and then in turn it might be the area where you guys teach others about whatever sign you have in this particular area. It is that spiritual teacher. It's all about the higher mind, higher learning. It's also the area where you might overindulge in, and it's the area where you might be able to push boundaries in compared to maybe other people's Jupiter signs. Sometimes I see it kind of like a Saved by the Bell energy because it does bring you luck. You guys might be able to push boundaries in whatever sign placement you have in here compared to maybe somebody who does not. Taurus as an energy deals with the personal finances, the personal values. It's all about slow and steady wins the race. It is all about building. So when you have Taurus anywhere in your natal chart, you're basically here to build, and you're blessed in a way because it's an earth placement and we do live in an earth plane. So for you guys, when you have Jupiter in Taurus, basically wealth is the name of the game for you guys. You guys are always going to be blessed when it comes to money and lucky when it comes to money, maybe even jobs or ways of making money or things like personal finances in any way, shape or form. It could be investments. I mean, investments are honestly on a range. It could be things like crypto. Obviously depends on the rest of your natal chart. Maybe if you have 11th house combinations going on in there, it could be crypto, it could be stocks, it could be things like mutual funds, it could be real estate, anything to do with money. You guys are basically going to be the experts in this particular area. You're really here to build wealth when you guys have Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. You guys are always going to probably find yourselves interested in money. What is money? What is the philosophy of money? Where does it come from? You guys are probably going to know all these facts about money and economics and how money works and how money flows and how to acquire it. Compared to maybe somebody else who doesn't have this Jupiter placement, they might struggle, let's say, when it comes to money. You guys might find yourselves very lucky in this area, maybe getting jobs or like side gigs or side hustles, like whatever it is. You guys are always going to find ways to make money. And a huge thing that I wanted to talk about in this particular video as well with the Taurus energy, specifically Jupiter and Taurus. Taurus's value overall in terms of money is connected to their self-worth and what you guys deem your own worthiness to be. That's why Taurus also deals with self-worth. So you guys are probably going to notice the more that you guys maybe acquire money, you'll gain confidence, and then the more money that you guys are going to make. It's very much connected to that solar plexus chakra. That is where the self-worth is. It's in our solar plexus, the confidence and the values and belief systems as well. The thing is, Jupiter is about luck, so you guys might be lucky in the area when it comes to money, but some people don't believe in luck. Some people believe in making your own luck and making your own opportunity. So when you have Jupiter in Taurus, for you guys, it's probably going to be very, very beneficial to learn about money. I mean, I'm sure you guys already have probably started that journey on your own, but anything really to do with investments. It is a wealth placement, Jupiter in Taurus, and it is over an extended period of time because Taurus is very much slow and steady wins the race. Now, with that being said, Taurus can go into the shadow sometimes. So keep in mind with that Jupiter energy, it can expand it in a positive sense, but if you guys are kind of going into the shadow of that sign, it could expand it in the negative sense as well. So sometimes Taurus can go into overspending or overestimating how much money they have. Taurus energy can fall into addiction sometimes as well. So this placement could go into gambling as well. So just keep this in mind that it could go into the shadow and then it could be expanded in the shadow sense as well. So you guys want to focus on the positive aspects of Taurus. Also, another thing with Taurus, really they are all about goal setting, sitting down, making a plan, going after that plan. One thing Taurus does struggle with though, what I will say is sometimes they tend to struggle with the ego a little bit. All the fixed signs do in their own way, but with Taurus energy, they can be stubborn. They can also kind of struggle to start sometimes. This energy can very much become very comfortable in whatever it's doing. Maybe there's going to be an easier way to do something, but they kind of have these blinders on sometimes. That's sometimes Taurus energy where it's like it's very fixed energetically. So it's like I'm getting to my goal slowly, but maybe there's an easier way. You know, maybe you guys end up in a situation where it's like maybe you're working so many hours, but maybe there's another way or a different way or an easier way. I don't want to really say faster because Taurus doesn't really deal with speed. Like the oppositional energy of Scorpio is more so about wanting things fast, but it could be easier. There could be maybe a smoother way to get there, maybe less trials and tribulations. So that's one downfall with the Taurus energy. They don't really want to sometimes take advice from other people, especially if they're fixed again in their goals and like whatever way they're going to go about getting their goals. If they're fixed in their vision, I'm going to do it that way or I'm going to do it this way. And this isn't a good or a bad thing. It's just the nature of the energy. Now, what I will also say about Taurus energy is that they do operate life through the senses. So they do live through the senses. So when something tastes good or feels good or smells good or whatever it is, they're going to want to do more of that thing. That's sometimes when they can fall into that addictive energy. So this energy could go into eating, maybe even overeating, overindulging when it comes to food, sometimes maybe even chocolate, sometimes maybe even sex. This is very much that Taurus energy because it does love the way that things feel through the senses or taste or whatever it is. So once again, something to keep in mind, because you guys might be prone to these addictive patterns or tendencies, Jupiter will expand that for you. So it's like, let's say you guys are addicted to like a favorite type of dessert, or just like maybe eating out all the time or whatever. Maybe it's spending, going shopping all the time, whatever it is, Jupiter will expand that for you in that sense as well. Now, with that being said, for you guys, because Jupiter at the end of the day, it is a spiritual planet. It's here to expand the soul in one way, shape, or form, teach you guys something, and then you go off and teach it yourselves. You guys are really here to learn all about financial literacy, the material things, material gains, those luxurious experiences like 5-star Michelin restaurants, all these wonderful things, like maybe being on yachts and maybe going to like this luxury destination, like whatever it is, you guys are basically meant to have these experiences. It helps you guys expand. So the thing is, you guys work for them. That's the whole thing here. And then through that, you guys have learned something, and then you guys might go off and teach people about it. You guys might have like, let's say a financial literacy course, or like those like motivational speakers who are like, I started here and now I'm here and I made this much money and I lived in this basement and now I have this mansion, like whatever the storyline is. It's kind of like those like coming up stories. It's very much that Jupiter and Taurus energy. So keep in mind, like when we look at astrology and when we look at placements in a natal chart, it basically tells you what is in your favor to do with those particular placements. So for you guys, when you have Jupiter in Taurus, it's in your favor to focus on money and building wealth and being dedicated in that particular area. And then in turn, Jupiter will also reward you because it is that planet of abundance. Obviously, depends on the rest of the natal chart, how this energy could manifest. Now, another thing that I also wanted to mention in this video as well is that Taurus is also all about the beauty and art, and also actually singing as well on the vocal cords, because Taurus does rule the vocal cords and the voice. So because Taurus is ruled by Venus, you guys might like the finer things in life. Like I mentioned, those Michelin star restaurants or just like artistic types of things. You guys might be creative in this area, or you guys might have like a very soothing voice. You guys might be interested in singing or doing like ASMR or like meditations, or like people might just say to you, like, I really like your voice when they hear your voice. So Jupiter is blessing you in this particular area as well. With that being said, when we do have Jupiter in a placement, you guys could teach in that particular area. So people might want to listen to you just because maybe your voice brings them calm. For example, maybe there's something in the way that you guys speak or say things that is maybe very soothing, or people just want to listen because Jupiter is once again blessing you guys in this particular area. Now, another thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is the pushing boundaries aspect of Jupiter. So with Jupiter energy, sometimes I see it as like a save by the bell type of energy. You guys kind of catch that last train, or like you get that like last piece of pie at the store and you really wanted it. Like whatever it is, it's kind of like that luck aspect of it. So it's like at the same time, you guys might push boundaries in this area, whether you're aware of it or not. So for example, I'll give you guys a random example of how this energy can manifest. Maybe you guys already do it unconsciously. Obviously, at the end of the day, you guys have free will to do whatever it is that you guys want to do. It is a random example after all. But for example, like let's say you guys have an investment and maybe your friend has the exact same investment and maybe they have Jupiter in another placement. You guys are going to be lucky in the sense where it's like you guys know when to pull the investment to make the most amount of money. It's almost like this intuition where it's like you're able to push it until the limit and you guys know when to withdraw. Let's say your friend maybe thinks like, oh, well, I'm not going to withdraw today. Maybe I'll get more money if I withdraw tomorrow. Boom, that particular investment goes down. And in this particular situation, you benefited and your friend didn't. Completely random example of how this like pushing boundaries energy could manifest. But Jupiter is once again blessing you in this area as well. Sometimes it could even be areas where it's like it's mindless, where it's like you don't think about it because it is all about luck and optimism at the end of the day. It could even be something like maybe you invested in a particular stock that was worth like pennies years ago, and now in this current day, maybe you guys made a lot of money on that particular stock. So this is the overall idea of how Jupiter could bless you. It's always going to be in the area of money, abundance, self-worth, wealth, luxurious things, experiences, art, and creativity. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I do hope you guys enjoyed my video on Jupiter in Taurus. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day.